Okay. It is time. I guess. It is as time as it is going to be. It's really what it is. You guys are getting a short stream tonight, but I am going to try to get stock done no matter what. Because I have homework that I gotta do, and just gotta get some other stuff done. We're gonna do my party hats. We have, where's my craft to-do list challenge? I just had it up. I have 18 things to do and 19 things to do it in. Being sick last week really threw me off. Alright, we're not gonna get sick anymore. We're gonna get this done. It's gonna be great. We'll have all of it done. Some of these are most of the way done anyway. It's fine. If I have to cut things out, I have to cut things out. But for right now, we're doing good. So tonight I am going to do the party hats. Maybe eggplant. Eggplant or maybe lemons. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like doing. See what you feel like seeing, I guess. But for now, I'm gonna do these party hats. The hubs came down with the flu yesterday. I had the flu last week. Guess he wasn't able to escape it, which stinks, but it happens. I've been non-stop sick since August. It feels like every week is something new. I came down with the flu last week. It has really thrown me off my schedule to be sick, so hopefully I can knock a bunch of this stuff out in the next couple days. I know I don't have anything really going on this week. Doctor's appointments, nothing. So, well, that's weird. Okay, yeah, so hopefully this week things will get done. I think I'm gonna forego working on my Christmas ornaments. Try to get some of that done. I've been trying to get some of that done at least, and just with 20 days left until the show, I'm gonna have to not do that. I'm making 2 sets of the party hats tonight. It's very weird, the chat's being weird tonight. Says I'm live. Don't know why it's being odd. Nope, mute. There we go. Sorry. Bizarre. Oh well. Don't know. Can't be bothered to care right now. Usually my chat will tell me like what song is playing. And I have music playing. It's just not alerting me. So let's see, what have I been up to that isn't making miniatures, because it isn't making miniatures. Well, that's not true. I did get potatoes done the other day, so I am getting things done now. Just gotta, this coming weekend I'm going to power through. That was the cutest sneeze my husband ever did. Oh, another one. It's you. Yeah, so this weekend I definitely have to power through making some things. Excuse me. But if I can knock 2 of these projects out tonight, I'll be a little bit more ahead. Ooh, shiny. Oh, so anyway, so this week I did get potatoes done. Just this week has been rough, so rough on me. I, like I said, been sick for like on and off since August, and this week I got the flu. No, this week, I don't know, I guess I was just so run down that my body just decided to shut down, and then I am feeling better. I did not manage to get pneumonia this week, or this weekend. So we did our autumn adventure, my son and I, and we went to Phillipsburg to do the railroad, which is really nice. A little loud. It was kind of cold because it was raining all day on Saturday, but it was still very nice. We got to ride the railroad. They did have the mine and the corn maze closed, so we'll have to go back and do that at some other point. They did say our tickets would be good for that, so I am pretty glad that they'll redeem those tickets at some other point. But we got to ride the train. We got to pick our pumpkin out. It was a bit loud because, it's a lot of little kids going. But Phoenix had fun, and I'm glad of that. And then we went to we did the Mutter Museum, which I thought he'd be mature enough to handle, and he did very well. And I had to, so for me, mentally, I'm not, the idea of death and the understanding of the body and the science of genetic defects and things like that, it's never bothered me. Like it's never been gory to me, and it's never been a taboo subject, and I want to instill the ability to talk about the human body on a scientific level on my son, because I think, the body's not gross. I mean, it's gross, but it's also, it's not something that should be a scary subject, because if it is, then how do you discuss something when it's wrong? So, or when something feels wrong. So, it was, it's a very interesting museum if you've never been. It is the Museum of Medicine. I very much just think that it's a brilliant museum. I think it's taboo in the way that, not all the specimens were acquired in the most... Oh, speak of the devil. Give me a second. Alright, sorry. So now it started doing the thing. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. The museum is a little taboo in that, like many museums, a lot of the specimens were not always acquired in the most ethical of ways. That being said, there's not a lot of written consent for whatever they have. But unfortunately, that was the way of science and collection of specimens prior to, let's face it, the 80s. You know, it's sad that that's the case, and should they replace it with newer specimens that have written consent? Sure. How often is that going to come up? Anyway, all that aside, they have a lot of very intriguing specimens. An entire drawer set of just things that people have swallowed, and like slices of the brain and internal organs and skeletons and fetal specimens and things like that. So it's all over the place with what this medicine museum has. It is not for the faint of heart, and if you are not used to that kind of thing, then I would not recommend it for you. But if you are science minded, check it out. It's a pretty brilliant museum. Small, but it is what it is. So Phoenix did remarkably well for handling it. We had to decompress once. He did very well for most of the specimens. The fetal specimens kind of upset him a little. Not upset, unnerved him a little. So we decompressed. I was constantly checking in with him. Hey, are you okay? Are you feeling queasy? Are you feeling nervous? Do you want to sit down? Do you want to move on to a different thing? I very much did not force him to look at anything. If he was not comfortable with it, we moved on. But I explained to him, like, this is science, and this is medicine, and if you don't have these things to look at, then, it's hard to study it. So it was a very real thing, but kind of in the realm of autumn and Halloween, because it was spooky, I guess, in a way. Spooky, scary skeletons and all that. Hi, Craftsman. So, train ride, and then Motor Museum, and then we went to Craftsman Row, there it is, Craftsman Row Saloon for dinner and dessert, and that is an awesome little pop-up restaurant in Philly that serves these wild milkshakes. They're just out of this world. So much milkshake. We went there last year and he really enjoyed it, and I was struggling to find another Halloween themed restaurant that wasn't 18 and up. And I was like, hey, do you want to go here? And he was like, yes, best place. So we did all that, and then we went pumpkin picking today. And I learned that I can fit 160-ish pumpkins into my car. Yeah, I went to your restaurant. So many pumpkins. There are a lot of pumpkins in my front yard, and my husband hasn't seen it yet, because he has been sick and relegated to the basement, and I fear for the repercussions. Because he doesn't like that he has to help clean them up in the winter. So how are you, craftsman? I hope better than last time we spoke. Excuse me. Wood bending? Sounds like an Avatar move. Water bending, fire bending, earth bending, wood bending. Glad to hear you're doing all right. Learned how to do heat bent wood forms. That's cool. Is that like kind of like explain? I'm not even going to try to guess. I will feel like such a silly goose for guessing. Where can I send a pic? Here? Or Instagram? Or anywhere? Glue and clamps and motivation. Where's my tiny glue? Gone forever. I wonder where that went. Check my Instagram, I guess. Oh, cool. Oh, that's really cool. Nice. That is such a nice bend. Look how pretty that is. Very cool, dude. Aww. That's gonna turn out so nice. I'm excited to see the finished product. Is this for commission? Nice. Well, that's good. I wish you the best of luck with it. Looks like it's going to turn out gorgeous. So let's see, what else do I got going on this week? Like I said, hopefully not much. I have some homework I have to get done tonight in anticipation for the rest of the week so I can knock out a couple more projects. And then this weekend, my sister-in-law asked me to go out with her, so I'm gonna be doing that. So I'm gonna try to spend, well, I have to get my Halloween costume done before this weekend, so hopefully Saturday I'll spend some time doing that. But Sunday, gonna try to knock out some more minis. Gonna try to knock out some more minis this week. Going to forego doing Christmas ornaments this week. For that, probably gonna do Christmas ornaments during the Philadelphia Miniaturia. Something to keep my hands busy. Though last year I was very busy. Oh, I gotta text my mom. Mom's gonna send out all of her stuff for me to sell soon. I feel like this is one of the first things that we ever made. Actually, I think it was. For the holiday decor, at least. Gosh. All right. My husband's favorite thing that I've ever made are these party hats. If I haven't told the story enough, or if I have told the story, please stop me. But, so, my husband is a very, stoic person. He doesn't show a lot of, excited emotions. And so, he's also a very difficult person to impress. So every time I make something, I show him it because, you know, I'm proud of my work, and it's just how I am. I like to show off my work. I like to show the work. Not that I'm looking for anything, I just like to show it. Especially when I'm proud of it, because it's like, hey, look what I did. I don't need your opinion on it, but, like, acknowledge I did a thing, right? And it doesn't have to be, oh, wow, or great, like, good for you, or, like, you're the best. No, just like, oh, you did a thing, which is fine. That's all he usually gives me. But these party hats, they're not my best. You know, they're a piece of paper and some pipe cleaner. Let's be honest. It is what it is. They're tedious in that I have to glue them and I have to paint on them. But that's about it. They're not, you know, they're not my most impressive pieces. So I don't usually, I didn't show him them, I guess, at the time that I had made them, because I was not impressed with them myself, so why would he be? So one day I'm working on them out in the living room, and he comes up and he just, this is the coolest. And I was like, what the heck? It's a party hat. He goes, yeah, they're my favorite. I'm like, what? I don't understand. He goes, they're so cool. I'm like, dude, they are. They're just paper. He's like, yeah, but they're neat. It's like, okay. Sure, buddy. Whatever you say. I definitely haven't made cooler things than this, like Brussels sprouts, or like, at that point I had gone through every vegetable possible. Like my asparagus is really cool looking, and the amount of work that went into, like, I don't know, half of the other like the tiny herbs that I made at that point. But okay, sure, yeah, party hats, alright. Whatever. Thank you, I guess. So when I start selling when I went to sell at the Philadelphia Miniaturia for the first time, the first thing that sold were the party hats, and I lost my crap. I was like, are you serious? What, like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. But, like, yeah, so, like, I was like, seriously, party hats are the first thing that sold. I cannot believe this, that this is a thing. And I came home and told my husband, and he was so excited. And I could not handle it. I was just so angry, right? Not angry, baffled. So then I start selling on Etsy, and what's the first thing that sells on there again? The party hats. And you know what they sold to? A person who has a pet scorpion, who is building them a little terrarium, and, like, gave them party hats. And while that is the coolest thing, just these stinking party hats. Like, they were one of the first things that I sold out of. They were just, I don't get it. They're loved so much. Yeah, we do get a weird crop of people, but, like, I can't complain about it. I'm not complaining. Just, I have sold my minis to some pretty cool people. The scorpion was pretty cool. Also selling potatoes to somebody that made a cross stitch of Samwise Gamgee and Gollum, and then got that cross stitch to be signed by the actors who played them. Like, that was also pretty cool. I've had people make jewelry out of my minis. I've had somebody make, are they doing a haunted house recently? Something like that. And they bought one of my pieces for that. Somebody did an ofrenda. Oh, yes. Somebody made an ofrenda for their father and put some of my Dia de los Muertos pieces on there. It's amazing what some of these people have done. One of my first buyers has a vegetable stand truck that she changes out for the various seasons, and it's a replica of her grandfather's truck. It's, yeah, I mean, everybody's got something. It's not... Your stuff definitely has a chance to sell. People are always looking for new, and your stuff is great, so don't question it. Plus, you got that commission, so that's, you know, it comes slowly. That's the one thing I have learned, is that it's not always a fast burn. My son has taken to telling me he's going to bed over text, which is fine. At least he tells me. So I'm not sitting here wondering if he has decided to go to bed or not. And I have decided that I'm going to start texting him goodnight in various languages. The other night was German. Actually, the first night I did it, I was like, "Slumber well, child. See you on the morrow." And then I said goodnight to him in German, and tonight was French, and I'm going to see how long it takes until he catches on. I told him to guess how many pumpkins we had fit in the car today. He was like 112, and I was like, ooh, no, more. He's like 900, and I was like, oh no. Let's go back to the 100 realm. And he came outside to look because he had helped me. We'd gone to pick pumpkins, and then we got home. And he didn't want to do any of the decorating with them, so that's fine. It's more my thing anyway. He just helped me gather pumpkins. Thank goodness we didn't take my husband, because we would not have had enough room for everybody to fit in the car. Definitely almost bottomed out my car with all those pumpkins. It's fine. But we definitely fit 160-ish pumpkins in my car. Pretty sure there's 160 out there. Close to it. It's a lot of pumpkins. And Phoenix goes, was this necessary? And I'm like, yes. Things that make us happy are necessary. This makes me happy. This week, 160 pumpkins was necessary. Where did I put my drink? I wonder. Gone. Plus, I'm not a fan of the current theme of blow-up decorations. I just never really got into them. I don't think that they're all that in a bag of chips. And I think that they'll kill your grass. So, I don't prefer them. Also, I think they're tacky. I'll be honest. I'm not. No. So, I don't decorate with them. And I don't decorate with, the, fake cobweb. I don't like a lot of the plasticky. Not that I'm a crunchy mom by any means, but I don't like the look of the plasticky decorations, and just doesn't do it for me. Unless, if you're gonna go all out with decorating for Halloween, go for it. But a lot of the people around here are very tacky, unfortunately, with their decorations, and just doesn't do it for me. So, plus I like having my pumpkins out well into like November for Thanksgiving because they are appropriate for it. So I do some burlap bows on my porch, on the railings, and then I do some mums or marigolds, and then I do all of my pumpkins, and sometimes I'll get corn stalks, or sometimes I'll get hay bales or something like that, but I like more of a natural look, and so far 2 of my neighbors have complimented me on them, so but I have access to them. You know, not everybody is going to pay for the sheer amount of pumpkins that I get, because honestly there's probably $1,000 worth of pumpkins out there and I didn't buy them. Let me make that clear. I did not buy these pumpkins. If I did not have access to them through like a previous job, I would not buy this many pumpkins. Or at least I would not tell my husband about it. It's just so much. Like, the cost of pumpkins is silly. So silly. Especially because the places that we would have to go to get the specialty pumpkins pay per pound. Absolutely out of this world ridiculous. Not paying per pound for any pumpkins. No way. That's so many pumpkins. So, I got all of my pumpkins, and I'm good to go for Halloween. One of the people on my street. Also, pick a theme. If you're gonna decorate for Halloween, pick a theme, because, or any holiday. Just there's a person on my street who has pirate skeletons and also spiders, and that is their theme. And it confuses me. And maybe that makes me really judgy, but like, I've always liked when things tie together nicely. I won't lie though, I do wish I had one of those 12-foot skeletons. I don't know what I'd do with it. I don't know where I'd store it. That's the big thing. Where the heck would I store it? But at the same time, like, they are just so cool. They're so big. I don't know what the heck I'd do with it. Like, I would find reasons to keep it up all year round. Like, I've seen them dressed up like the Easter Bunny. I've seen them dressed up like Santa. I've seen them dressed up like in a Hawaiian shirt. I would find reasons. They are just too funny to me. And now they have a Jack Skellington one, which, right up my alley there. Gonna have to watch that movie soon. It's already halfway into October and I haven't gotten my Nightmare Before Christmas in. Uh-oh. Madam's crying. Give me a sec. What's wrong, Madam? Are you okay? No, you can't come in here. You alright, this man? She's so funny. She won't cry, like she won't meow if we see her, but she will cry or meow when I am in the bathroom or when I am in my craft room or when I close the door somewhere. She will sit there and cry. And it's very funny to me because she's got a deep voice in comparison to my male cat, Sir, who sounds like he is whining constantly. Sir is very much a wow. And Madam is a deeper mew. I'm sure you probably heard her. She just came trotting over. She wanted some sort of attention. Make sure I was alive in here, I guess. It was a close race this week with what we were doing with the stream. It was, I believe, 5-4. I've been tallying over the week. Or over the time since Thursday, what kind of votes we got. So, thank you guys for voting. It really means a lot to me. You guys are involved on my social media stuff. I think we're just gonna get this done tonight. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get this done, and then I am going to go do my homework and get myself a shower and all that jazz. cool thing about this is even though that looks ugly, it'll dry nice. We have an unspoken rule in the house that when, well, the spoken rule in the house is if I fall asleep somewhere, do not wake me. Unless it's an absolute emergency, do not move me from the place I have fallen asleep. Do not try to get me to go to bed. Just let me sleep on the couch because I will not fall back asleep. My husband, he can fall asleep anywhere. It's like his superpower. But for me, I am a woman. And so sleep does not come easily to me. So when it does, just let it happen. So, but the unspoken rule in our house is if you're sick, go sleep somewhere else. So, because, I mean, I know with how I get sick, I have, like, coughing for weeks after I am actively sick. Because I got sick once, and it screwed up my lungs, and I haven't been the same since. So when I am actively sick, my lungs is bad. And I'm coughing all the time. So it's just easier for me to go sleep on the couch so I don't keep my husband up while I nearly die. So, excuse me, that was really raspy. I'm sorry. So yesterday, my husband came down with the flu, like I said, and or whatever I had probably. And he has been sleeping on his couch in the basement. Which is fine by me. I get the entire bed to myself. It's so nice. Also, like, I won't always go sleep. Well, if somebody has already claimed the bed, so if Rob had already claimed the bed for being sick in and staying there, then I would sleep on the couch, which is totally fine because I like sleeping on the couch. I'm comfortable there. But since he has claimed the downstairs couch, he can have that and I get the bed. Wherever we're all most comfortable, really. If he wanted the bed, he could have had the bed. Guess he did not want the bed. It's come to that time of year when I have to decide on the bag of candy that I have to ignore for the next 2 weeks, too. I have a problem when it comes to chocolate. But, so, I wish I could give out a cooler thing than just candy. Unfortunately, it is not in the budget. And also, it has been told to me that if I were to give out something like a baked good, the children might have to throw it away because allergies or parents being skeptical of baked goods or whatever. And that just breaks my heart. I just want to give out, like, memorable Halloween goodies. And it saddens me that people have ruined it for the rest of us. Though, funny story, if you didn't know this, the people who poisoned their kids' candies were the parents of the kids. So, like, I don't know. And I don't know a soul who would give out drugs to kids. So, like, why would you spend all that money to give it to kids? Nobody's doing that. Promise you that. That being said, makes me sad that we can't give out, that it is discouraged from giving out homemade baked goods. Like, I get the allergy thing. For that, you have an alternative. But, like, man, I want to make, like, some sort of fancy, ghoulish something or other. Though there are people in the next town over that give out, like, hot dogs and popcorn and lemonade and cotton candy. So maybe it's not so frowned upon. Like, I don't know, man. I could do like 1.5 million cupcakes. Or cookies. I knew somebody that was giving out Play-Doh a couple of years ago. That was cool. And it wasn't like generic brand Play-Doh. we got 2 more weeks of October and figuring out what we're doing with streams. Like I said, every week we're just gonna put up a couple polls, and you are welcome to vote on them. Does not matter who you are, even if you don't watch the streams, you are more than welcome to just have your say. You can check out those polls on my Facebook and on my Instagram. I usually put up 2 on my Instagram. 1 on Thursday and then 1 on Saturday. And I take all votes into account. Yeah, so if you are so inclined, I'd appreciate you voting on it. At this point, I'm kind of hoping that we stick to the Putz and prep, but I am happy to do either or. Since we're almost done here, we knocked one of the things off the list, thank goodness. I will wrap up the stream. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We have been prepping for the rapidly approaching Philadelphia Miniaturia. That is a convention in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. That will be the 2nd through the 4th. Where did my card go? I had a card. Gone forever. There it is. The 2nd is at night. They call it name night. And it's the National Association of Miniature Enthusiasts. They host like an ice cream social with roundtables and demonstrations and raffles and silent auction and all that. So if you would like to come out and socialize, that's the best night to do it. That is November 2nd. And then the 3rd through the 5th, here I'll show you the card, 3rd through the 5th is the actual show itself. The 3rd is the preview night, and then the 4th and 5th is general admission. It is at the Doubletree by Hilton in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. The address is there, and the website is down below. That's philadelphiaminiature.com. And on the back of this card, it's got a bunch of other information about the when and whereabouts of the show. So I would highly recommend it. It is the largest, I believe, largest show on the East Coast. It's got 115 vendors this year. Kathy just put out fun facts about the show. So I would highly recommend it. It is an amazing show. If you are into miniatures, or even if you're not, come out and say hi. I will have a booth there. So we're trying to get ready for that, as that is creeping up on me, and being sick last week did not help. So trying to get some stock made here. So any encouragement on any of the social media or privately messaged is so appreciated right now. Excuse me. If you want to check out my previous videos, you can do so on my YouTube. That's Blueberry Hollow Miniatures. If you want to check out my live streams, I try to do so on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This season was supposed to be making clothes for the bears, but as October has a lot of prep work for Philadelphia Miniatura, I figure I would leave the vote up to you. So we are putting out weekly polls, like I said, and you are welcome to vote on them, whether we are doing Philadelphia Miniatura prep or if we are doing making clothes. So vote on the poll that comes out on Thursday, and whichever has the most votes is what I'll do that week. Like I said, this week was very close. It was like a 5-4 vote. Pretty cool, actually. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do so at my Facebook and Instagram. Both of those are Blueberry Hollow Miniatures. If you want to check out my TikTok, it's Blueberry Hollow Minis. If you want to check out my blog, I have been putting up monthly posts retelling the stories that my grandmother wrote to me and my brother about Blackberry Hollow, which is where my miniature shop gets its namesake. You can do so at my blog at blueberryhollowminiatures.wordpress.com. There's a bunch of stories on there, a bunch of newsletters. Just kind of gives you an insight as to the background of the Hollows. So I encourage you to check that out. There's some funny comments underneath each story about things that aren't canon or things that don't make sense now. It explains things a little bit better, or re-explains things in a different way. It describes how some of these stories were relating to my childhood at the time that they were written, because a lot of like the newsletters that we would get were somehow related to that, to the going-ons in my life, kind of like a life lesson sort of thing. There's hand-drawn pictures by me. There's pictures of my grandmother's dollhouse set up for different holidays. It's very neat to see, to go back at least and reread these stories and share them with you. So I highly encourage you to check that out. If you are a miniaturist and you want to be a part of a huge project that I am working on, you can be a part of the Free Miniatures Directory. That is a website where I'm trying to compile as many vendors, shows, clubs, groups, podcasts, museums, recreationalists, it's absolutely possible, and make it an available resource to anybody who needs it. It is free to join, free to be a part of, free to access. All you have to do is submit your information into the appropriate submission form, and I will add you to the group, or add you to the list. We have, at current, over 245 vendors worldwide listed on the website. Recreationalists are being added weekly at this point. If you know of any shows that are happening soon, you can certainly add them to the site. Yeah, just if you have any information, if you know anybody, pass it on. It is meant to be crowdsourced information to make it a little bit easier on the older generation to market themselves and the younger generation to find these things that have never really been updated to be accessible for them. So I highly encourage you to check it out at the very least. And this is the card for it. It's freeminiaturesdirectory.wordpress.com. So I hope you'll check that out. With that, I think that covers everything. We got our hats done, which is great. It's one less thing I have to worry about. The show, the blog, the social media, Twitch and YouTube. Free Miniatures Directory. I think that's it. I think I've covered all my bases tonight. So with that, I'm gonna sign off for the night. We got a thing done, and I've got 19 more projects to do before the 1st of November. So wish me luck. At the very least, wish me luck. Oh, my Patreon. That's what I didn't talk about. You can join my Patreon. It's got exclusive content on there. Solely on there. So if you join, you can check out my HO train scale project. You can check out my commission work or side projects or random craft projects that I'm working on. I don't post as much as I'd like to, but it is a way to show your support in a way that's not just commenting or liking or subscribing to any of my various social media, and it does get you exclusive content and things like end of the year gifts, free tickets to the Philadelphia Miniaturia, early access coupon codes, things like that. So I highly encourage you to check that out. That's my Patreon, which is also Blueberry Hollow Miniatures. So if you missed any of that, you can check out my link tree at linktr.ee/blueberryhollowminiatures, and it should be in my about here or on my YouTube. So if you find any of those websites, you should be able to get to the others. And with that, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go do my homework that I forgot to do and get a shower. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. And I will see you next week. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. See you later.